Have you ever wondered why it's so difficult to change? Why, even though we want a better life, do we remain stuck in the same destructive habits? Today, we will unravel the mystery behind the psychological barriers that prevent us from achieving the success and fulfilled life we so desire. Have you ever found yourself promising that tomorrow will be different, that you will finally change that habit, only to find yourself stuck in the same routine as always? This struggle between who we are and who we want to be is profoundly human and incredibly frustrating. But here's the truth: it's not your fault. Our brains are programmed to resist change, but understanding how it works is the first step to reprogramming it. Today, we will unveil the psychological barriers that keep us trapped, and more importantly, I'll share powerful strategies to overcome them. Get ready to discover why willpower alone is not enough, how small changes in your environment can have a huge impact, and why that extra nap might be the secret to achieving your goals. Open your mind, because in the next few minutes, you will gain the tools to finally unlock your true potential and conquer the life you deserve. Imagine Sarah, a young executive always late for important appointments. She set the goal of being punctual, but kept failing. What Sarah didn't realize was that setting a goal was not enough. The true change began when she made a deep decision, based on her intrinsic motivation to be respected and trustworthy. Understand, the difference between wanting to change and deciding to change is like the difference between dreaming of climbing a mountain and taking the first step on the trail. The decision is the emotional trigger that activates our inner determination. When we truly decide, something changes within us. It's like igniting a fire that propels us forward, even when circumstances become challenging. But why is it so difficult to make that decision? Often, we get stuck in a cycle of wanting to change without really committing to the change. This happens because change is uncomfortable. Our brain prefers familiarity, even if it no longer serves us. That's why so many New Year's resolutions fail. They are superficial wishes, not deep decisions. To transform a goal into a powerful decision, we need to connect it to our life purpose, to our deepest values. Sarah realized that being punctual was not just about arriving on time, but about respecting others and herself, about being a professional who can be trusted. This emotional connection was the catalyst for her real change. When we align our decisions with our core values, we create an almost unbeatable motivational force. Now let's take a peek inside our brain. The prefrontal cortex is like an ambitious manager, always planning and setting goals. But there is another crucial player, the cingulate cortex, the cautious accountant that analyzes the cost-benefit of every action. Think of Tom, an amateur athlete who wanted to improve his fitness. His prefrontal cortex said, "Let's run every day." But the cingulate cortex responded, "This will hurt, it will take a lot of time. Is it really worth it?" The change only happened when Tom aligned these two aspects, finding an exercise routine that his brain considered valuable and achievable. This internal conflict is something we all experience. It's the reason why we can feel so motivated at night to start a diet, only to give in to the temptation of a sweet the next morning. The prefrontal cortex sets the intention, but the cingulate cortex evaluates the effort needed and can veto the action if it considers the cost too high. The key to overcoming this barrier is in training our brain to see the long-term value of our actions. Tom began visualizing not just the effort of exercise, but also the benefits: more energy, better health, greater self-esteem. He also broke his goal into smaller, more manageable steps. Instead of running every day, he started with walking for 15 minutes 3 times a week. This allowed his cingulate cortex to see the change as achievable, reducing internal resistance. But how can we use this knowledge to our advantage? The answer lies in our environment and our organization. Let's go back to Sarah. She realized that her constant lateness was triggered by the morning chaos in her home. The solution? Reorganize her space and create an evening preparation routine. Similarly, Tom redesigned his environment to facilitate exercise, placing his running shoes next to his bed and setting motivational alarms. These small environmental changes can be the push your brain needs to embrace new habits. The power of the environment in habit formation cannot be underestimated. Our brain is constantly influenced by external cues. If we want to change a habit, we need to change these cues. For instance, if you want to eat healthier, it's not enough to have willpower. It's crucial to reorganize your kitchen by keeping nutritious foods in view and easily accessible while hiding the less healthy options. Moreover, creating routines is essential. Routines reduce cognitive load, making new behaviors more automatic and less dependent on daily motivation. Sarah, for example, created an evening routine where she prepared her clothes, bag, and lunch for the next day. This not only reduced morning chaos, but also created a ritual that signaled to her brain that it was time to prepare for the next day, even improving the quality of her sleep. Now, let's talk about something many of us neglect: sleep. Think of your brain as a busy city. During the day, there's a lot of traffic, a lot of activity. At night, when you sleep, it's as if a cleaning crew comes into action, organizing everything for the next day. Sophia, a medical student, always struggled with sleep, believing that studying more hours would make her more productive. The result? Chronic exhaustion and difficulty concentrating. When she finally prioritized good sleep hygiene, her learning capacity and her willingness to maintain new habits improved dramatically. What Sophia discovered is that sleep is not just a period of inactivity. During sleep, especially in the deep sleep and REM phases, our brain performs crucial functions. It consolidates memories, processes emotional information, and literally cleans toxins accumulated during the day. This process is vital for our ability to learn, regulate emotions, and maintain the mental clarity needed to make wise decisions. Furthermore, adequate sleep is directly linked to our willpower. When we are sleep-deprived, the part of our brain responsible for self-control, the prefrontal cortex, is impaired. This explains why it's harder to resist temptations or maintain new habits when we are tired. Prioritizing sleep is not a luxury. It's a necessity if we want to have the mental and emotional energy to sustain positive changes in our lives. Keep in mind that no great change happens in isolation. Carlos, an entrepreneur struggling with paralyzing perfectionism, discovered the power of support by joining a group of entrepreneurs. Mutual encouragement and shared accountability were crucial for his journey of change. Humans are social creatures, and our brain is deeply influenced by the people around us. When we surround ourselves with individuals who support our goals and share similar values, we create an environment that nurtures growth. This support not only motivates us in difficult times, but also provides us with new perspectives and strategies that we might not have considered alone. And don't forget, persistence is your best friend on this journey. There will be tough days, moments of doubt. This is natural and expected. The path to change is rarely linear. There will be setbacks, plateaus, and moments when you question if it's worth continuing. It's in these moments that persistence becomes crucial. Persistence does not mean rigidity. On the contrary, it involves flexibility and adaptability. Sometimes, persisting means adjusting your approach, reevaluating your strategies, but without losing sight of your end goal. Carlos learned that perfectionism was often an obstacle to progress. With the support of his group, he developed the skill of failing fast and learning fast, an approach that values continuous progress over immediate perfection. This mindset shift was transformative, allowing him to persist in his entrepreneurial journey with more resilience and effectiveness. The psychological barriers we face are real, but they are not insurmountable. By understanding how our brain works, creating a conducive environment, taking care of our sleep, and seeking support, we are equipping ourselves to win these internal battles. Remember, true change starts with a firm decision, is sustained by smart habits, and flourishes with persistence and support. You have the power to reprogram your mind and achieve the productivity, success, and peace of mind you have always desired. If this video touched something within you, don't let that spark die out. Leave your like and share in the comments which psychological barrier you are determined to overcome. Subscribe to the channel for more content that will help you unlock your true potential. And remember, every day is a new opportunity for a transformative decision. See you next time.